Alright, so a couple of interesting, exciting developments. I picked up a new mic. Ooh, it's so pretty. I have no idea if it's working. It's plugged in, and there's battery in it, and it's like on. We're like moving up in the world. This is very exciting. So I don't know if I sound better. I mean, I know I look better, but come on, guys. I've got mirrors. Okay. Speaking of looking better, I went ahead and I cut my hair today. What do you think? Take a look. Get in there good. Isn't it beautiful? So here's the plan. I'm gonna grow out the top. I'm going full pirate. Okay, this is the plan. So I'm gonna grow out the top, and I'm gonna put in some feathers, maybe, or beads, maybe. Yeah. I like to cut my own hair. It's good, saves on money, and yeah, I don't have to rely on anyone. So there's that. Do it. It's great. So, this week at Black Rose Witchcraft, we started doing a new thing where we were working at, this is the beginning actually of month 3, so it's like all new information for me. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. And actually so far it's been going pretty well. So we started getting into what's called psychometry. I don't know. At any rate, it's about using your personal intuition to sort of be able to read things and read the actual items themselves. So, for example, they recommended we take 3 of the major arcana from our tarot decks and essentially sort of mix them up so we don't know what they are, and then use our personal intuition to sort of read them without looking at them, sort of figure out which one's which. Because they each have their own sort of unique identity and unique energy signature and stuff like that. So that went very well. I'd say with the tarot cards, because I've been doing it every time, I have maybe a like 60% success rate. Like, it's definitely more of a challenge than I was expecting, because this is, of course, kind of something that I used to do when I was a kid. So here's what I would do. I would try to guess the answer on like multiple choice quizzes through this method of just sort of divining which one was correct. And I used to actually put little dots to kind of see how I would do, so I'd score myself. I remember doing that a lot. I basically almost failed school, full disclosure. But I made it through, I'm out, I'm a success now. That's the way you gotta think about it, faux show. But the thing that I did really well was there was another method where we took an item that was given to us, you know, and mentally project, you know, memories of it, and try to confirm that with the person that we got it from. And so actually I was at my altar when I started thinking about this, and this ancestor candle was actually given to me by Devin Hunter. I don't know if you can see, I might be, right? How we, in terms of focus, well, you can see it's a red candle, basically. It was actually given to me by Devin Hunter at Convocation as I was going to leave, which was super awesome of him. I'm very, very much so appreciative. Thank you very much, Devin. It was very kind of you. So I messaged Devin on Instagram to send him the flashes that I got, and actually of the 4 things that I sent him, he confirmed 3 of them. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm actually really happy with that. So I don't really have a lot that I've borrowed, though. At any rate, it was really fun. It was really interesting. And it's been a very difficult week for me, like, in terms of all this. A lot of my connection to craft stuff and, like, doing the spell work has been kind of a challenge this week. I've been very unfocused, and I've been having a lot of, like, really hard time concentrating. My talker has just been going absolute bananas and will not shut up. So I'm getting better. After yesterday, things have started to get better, and I feel like I've received some messages that tell me that it should be better from here on. Speaking of messages, the last thing I really wanted to talk about before we get to our tarot card of the week was that I have started developing a connection with what is known as the star goddess in fairy. That's God himself, God herself, rather. And that is sort of the all-powerful being who created the universe in fairy. And I have started developing a personal relationship with this deity. And it's been absolutely outstanding. I absolutely love it. I think they are amazing. I'm going to avoid using pronouns because it's a bit. I mean, that deity is considered androgynous, you know, and sort of not of any particular sex, and so it's hard to use pronouns when that happens. So during my meditation yesterday, I was having. Okay, wait, back up. I even made notes, okay, and this is still what's happening. So yesterday I started getting really bad anxiety. And anyone who knows me knows that I have some anxiety issues. It comes with the territory of having a mental illness, which I've been diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, so that's good. So anxiety is part of it. And I was feeling very, very anxious. Like, it was one of the worst I've felt in a while. So I was having some hard times struggling. I was very much so struggling. I didn't do any of my normal meditation work because as soon as I wake up, usually the first thing I do is do my meditation work. Like before breakfast, before coffee, any of that other stuff, because it's like I'm in the zone, I'm ready, I'm like, you know, I'm into it. I didn't do it because I was already feeling anxious, and I didn't want to include that in what I was doing. And so I was just sitting there, I was watching YouTube, and just this overwhelming urge to do a soul alignment and deal with the 3 souls came over me. And so I did it, and it was absolutely wonderful. It felt great, and after I did that, the star goddess sort of spoke to me and sort of said, well, here is a way for you to help yourself with the anxiety, and I want to give you essentially a spell to train you on that. And so essentially what it came down to was I used my inner fire to burn away the anxiety in the back of my mind, because as it turns out, the anxiety lives right here, apparently. And so I used the fire to burn that away. And I felt amazing. My anxiety was gone for the whole day. It was awesome. It was really, really cool. And then I was furthermore informed that I would do this every day for the next 7 days in order to really like stamp this out. So today was day 2, and I did it again today. And again, I feel amazing. I haven't felt anxious at all day, which is awesome. Kind of a rare occurrence, to be honest with you. So we'll see at the end of the 7 days, and then, you know, the star goddess also told me that if and when the anxiety returns, because frankly I kind of feel like it will, it is a mental illness and is not something to take lightly. I'm just gonna pause and point out something, that I am seeing a professional therapist as well, and I am taking medication for all of this. I definitely would never recommend anyone who's suffering with a mental illness to not do something like that. However, this has been an excellent supplement as well, because we are spiritual beings living in material bodies. So it's very important that you take care of your physical body and your physical mind as well as your spiritual mind. This is something very important. Anyway, she said that whenever it comes back, if and when it does, to do that again for another 7 days. Do the burning away stuff. So cool, I got that going for me. Thank you very much for joining me. That's left is your tarot card of the week. I'm gonna go through and do all the stuff, and I will probably cut the whole thing because you don't need to see that every time. This week's card is the 6 of Swords, which in this deck looks pretty cool. It looks like a dude like crossing maybe the river Styx on a boat with skulls at the helm. This is gonna be a good one, isn't it? So the 6 of Swords. I'm gonna just go ahead and tune what the actual 6 of Swords just kind of means to me, I guess, or at least this particular version of it. So swords always feel like you're actively going against something, right? Because with a sword, you're fighting and you're doing all this kind of thing. At least that's the association in my mind. So with this, it looks like there's going to be some sort of rough seas, that kind of thing. Moving forward, however, in a boat of our own creation, because it sort of feels like this boat was created by this guy, right? And so, expect to move forward across some bumpy path. A little bit bumpy, not too bumpy. Things that we've been prepared to handle is, I think, what I'm trying to get at. So nothing that we can't handle, however, a little bit, maybe your plans aren't necessarily going to come together exactly the way we're hoping. Alright, thank you very much, you guys. I really appreciate you spending some time with me today. And never forget, a witch bows to no one, not even a god. See ya.